Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Bloodborne. So today we're going to go ahead and finish off what we were doing, which is just wrapping up the Hemwick Charnel Lane area, and we're going to go ahead and kill the Witches of Hemwick, and then we actually go ahead and kill Vicar Amelia in this episode as well. Things get a little bit hairy, but I want to showcase something that you can do to make both situations a bit easier. Loading screens, loading screens. Okay, there we go. We only had two this time. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. They can drop blood vials, which is why I just, tried to top up, but there's really no reason to. No reason at all. I love the shredded cane. And they can be parried. As per usual. Always remember this one over here. Got a little cocky and ahead of herself. And now she pays the price. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting the backswing, but it's alright. As you can see right there, Rally is really best taken advantage of, as well as Beast Mode. By transformed attacks, they restore a huge chunk of your HP. There's only a few weapons that actually don't have good transformed attacks for getting HP, like the Rifle Spear or the Rider Palash, for example, because, well, their transformed attacks are shooting. It's shooting a gun, which doesn't count as rally health. I tried to dodge there, but I dodged right into the wall. I thought I was already past the point where the ledge was to go around, but I wasn't, so that's why I got clipped by that fireball. I was like, oh, thanks, The executioners are pretty much roaming this area in a good amount. I mean, there's a good amount of them. Maybe 5, I think. Maybe 5, 4. Somewhere around there. And that's why the pistol is pretty good, because you can just parry from safety, and then dash in and get the visceral. It's really nasty. Now, you want to kill this guy, because believe it or not, he's programmed to constantly come and attack if you start attacking those old women up there, so you want to just kill him down here. It's much safer. But do watch out, because remember, he is a problem. He is a problem. If you're at close range and you're sealed in there with him, he is a problem. Usually drops blood vials, so that's why I did that. And over here is a gem that I actually forgot to put in. But we're not about to fight the boss yet. We're going to do something that makes the boss easier. So I'm going to go ahead and kill these enemies real quick. There we go. Having a +6 weapon really helps. Really does. Try to shoot the barrel. The sound of the barrel breaking is what triggers him to hop down. It's a really interesting interaction. Because you might be like, how do I get there? You can't even detect that he's there. I don't think you can see him. So, it's interesting that they did that. Now, this enemy right here, that's not something that you want to fight. That guy, although very slow approaching, it's nothing that you want to deal with. As you can see right there, the little smack indicates that the witch was right over there. They start invisible. I don't like this boss, like magic spam invisible enemies with a grab. And they can summon if you have insight. No. So I always just, get rid of my insight to make the fight really easy. People say, oh, it makes it pathetic. I don't really care. And then a boss that summons can go invisible, can revive itself, and you think I give 2 cents if it's difficult or not if I don't you know, have insight or whatnot.
Well,
Like, I really don't care.
very well.
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I get rid of these souls so I don't really have anything worth it. Because believe it or not, you can still get rocked by these witches, you know? They do have certain things that you need to watch out for, so you need to be aware of that. So I think I just bought some more buffs, fire paper, bolt paper, and whatnot. I believe that's what I did. Or maybe I bought some blood vials, I don't recall. Yeah, I bought some vials. And then I think I actually did buy a paper, I believe. Yeah, I bought that. And then, last but certainly not least, we need to get rid of the insight. All of the insight, just go ahead and get rid of that. And let's go back. And now you will discover that the boss is much easier. Much easier. You can still get wrecked, so don't get it twisted though, you can still get wrecked. Okay, we got 2 loading screens, is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. 2 loading screens. You know, in all honesty, I don't really understand the significance of this area, according to the lore. Is it considered a part of Yarnum, or is it not considered a part of Yarnum? You know? Considering, like, the area that it's also connected to, like, it really does make me wonder. That tracking. Nothing nice. Sniped. It's so good. It's so good to take advantage of that move. I don't know who he thought he was about to try and hit with that rock, but it wasn't me. Go ahead and hit this idiot. Missed the falling attack, or maybe she was just immune because she was getting up. Some enemies have that, which is hysterical considering that you're not immune when you're on the ground. If you're on the ground, a lot of enemies can actually just hit you. And yeah, we just go ahead and kill him again because, you know, he'll chase us otherwise. So let's go ahead and get rid of him. Just out of range. Remember, he will try and punish you if you get hit. Because the main thing that a player wants to do when they get hit is back off and heal. And so they're designed to like punish you by charging forward or literally by leaping forward and hitting you. There you go. They're all down. So here's what we're gonna do. As you can see, there's no enemies now. Because we don't have insight. Which I think is very nice that you're able to do that. So what you can do is you can infinitely loop them in a backstab. But you have to completely wait for it to reset. So what I like to do to help me with the timing is to walk around them a little. And then walk at their back, and that usually allows there to be enough time for the AI to reset. Now watch this. You shouldn't kill them because then the other one starts spamming magic. And so right when I was about to go over to her, she spams magic, but she was just out of range. Had she grabbed me with that, she might have killed me. Because the grab does a stupid amount of damage for no reason. She does have AoEs as well, so you do want to watch out for that. And now that I've killed that one again, you know, she's really just trying to face me. So it's harder to get the backstab and whatnot. You're also on a time limit because she will revive the other witch. Unfortunately, we didn't take full advantage of our beast mode, otherwise this would already be done. And we'll just eviscerate that slut. Bam. Now she's dead, but she actually gets back up and dies again. Teabag her. Teabag her. There she goes. There she goes. There you go. Taste those nuts. Just screams a bunch of times because not only is she dying, but the other witch that is not fully dead, I guess, considering that you have that she can revive her or something. She dies too, so it's whatever. The boss is trash. I don't like it, so I don't mind doing that. I guess some people consider that quote-unquote cheating. But in order to do it again, you have to enter the boss room because you always get a insight for when you first see the boss. So enter the boss room first, bolt paper out, or, you know, bolt hunter mark, I mean, and then spin all your insight and then go ahead and kill them that way. Much easier fight. But again, as you saw there with that stupid magic, you know, you still have to watch out. So sometimes it's just better to leave one on a health, like one on a pixel if you can, and then go kill the other one because then they aren't spamming the magic. They start spamming the magic, I believe, once one of those witches are dead. So that's why it's useful to keep the other one alive and then finish it off once you kill the other one. You know? Well, the second witch, I guess. Because I'm not sure if both of them are actually there at the same time. I think they actually are. The other one's just in the far side of the corner of the room. Just using these souls. Get a few levels.
Welcome home, good hunter.
Did not mean to clap my hands.
What is it you desire?
Motion of the controller, but
very well.
That's that. The infamous gesture, accidental gesture. I mean, yeah. Look at our skill.
Farewell.
Our skill and our health is really just going up because it's really the only two stats that we need to level. We're using a quick weapon, and so we don't really need much stamina, and it's Bloodborne to begin with, so stamina usually isn't really a problem. Even with a larger weapon, you know? So I think I'll go ahead and put this gem in here. It's not too shabby. Sometimes I wonder, like, why I sit in here so long, like, just skimming through, like, blood gems. Like, I know which ones are good. I should really just get rid of the other ones and sell them, instead of having to worry about them being in my inventory, and they're not useful anymore. Okay, hold on to your horses, because now we're going to go ahead and fight Vicar Amelia. Okay, let's play count the loading screen. We got one. Got one loading screen. Things get a little hairy with Vicar Amelia, though. No pun intended, considering. Now, I'm sure you know that she transforms and whatnot. Oh, we got two loading screens. Will we get the Fable 3? Will we get the Fable 3? Oh, we got the Fable 3, baby. 3 loading screens. That's usually the amount of loading screens that it stops at, though. 3. 3 is decent. I'm telling you, though, I remember back in the day in PlayStation, if you did have loading screens that actually, like, changed, like, you were seeing, like, 5 or 6. This one went over here to get her blood. It's pretty useful. I like it the best because, to me, it's just nice to be regenerating health over time, and, believe it or not, if, say, you got grabbed, as you're taking damage, you're also getting health, so it's pretty useful. It's also really good for, blood tinge characters that are taking advantage of blood bullets, because you'll already be restoring your health with 1 blood vial compared to having to use maybe 4, you know? So as you're shooting your, say, cannon or whatever, that takes a lot of stuff. Even arcane, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good to be able to do that. So. Ariana's, like, to me, it's not as useful. I'd say that, the only time that I consider using that is if, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if you can. You can't use a Beast Blood pellet with, Ariana's stuff. So, maybe you can use the claws, the Beast Claws? Because if you can use the Beast Claws, then that probably makes it even better. Significantly, considering how much stamina you'll be regenerating so quickly. I was like, you know what, let's just, step back for a moment. And wrap this up. Got a little hairy again. Look at all these corpses. Who is next? You're next, buddy. All of your friends are dead. How does he feel about that? Don't think he's phased. He's pointing at me. Well, he's eviscerated just like they are. There you go. Now here's a technique to keep in mind. There is a certain point that triggers the boss fight, obviously. But the point is actually a bit later than you think. I did it just a bit too early. It's, let me showcase this to you real quick. It's past this square, like in the beginning of the next square, that the boss fight is triggered. So you take your fire paper and your Beast Blood pellet before you touch that square, and you get the most out of it. The cutscene actually doesn't cost you beasthood, so you're good here. Don't worry about it. At least I don't think so. I haven't noticed it. I said it before and I'll say it again. I think Vicar Amelia is my favorite beast because the design is just really unique. Like, I'm not sure why she looks like this. You know, like covered in bandages. That's not something that you see in the beasts. So I'm like, why is she covered in bandages when there was none on her? Now, what I just did there was incredibly stupid and it nearly got me rocked. This is what I'm talking about. It gets hairy. I tried to get greedy. And I wanted to get an R2 into a visceral, which you can't do. And then the stupid, what is it, like drapes get in my way, so I couldn't time the dodge properly. Now look at this, boom, boom, boom. Look at this, look at how hairy that was. And that was ridiculous. I should have just took my visceral and she would have been dead. I could have just R2'd her to death, but I got greedy. Got unnecessarily hairy. Pun intended, I guess, in that time. Just like her. She got pretty hairy when she got transformed.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
Yeah, shove it up your butt, dude. That idiot's just as much of a scumbag as Lawrence is when you really think about it. Lore-wise, if you know the lore. He did some atrocious thing just like Lawrence, so... And that's why I have a special gift for old Wilhelm when I see him, as usual. I'm also curious, is he the same voice actor for Wilhelm? I know his Willem, but I'm gonna call him Wilhelm for the memes. Is he the same voice actor as Nicolas Cage? You know? Or I say that wrong, Nicolas Cage. And I'm obviously talking about Mikalash, host of the Dream or host of the Nightmare or something like that. I think that's the name of the boss. Is that the same voice actor? Not sure. It sounds like it, but it might be a different one. Might be a different one. They just sound similar. Wilhelm. Piece of trash. Okay. Go ahead and take some of these. Try and get a few more levels.
Welcome. What? Very well.
Everything's coming up nice. Over 1,000 health right now. It's looking pretty.
Very well.
Didn't mean to do that. She didn't bow back because she was still recovering from, like, standing up. And so, I did it too soon. But that's gonna go ahead and conclude this. Things got a little hairy there with Vicar Amelia. But, nonetheless, it was still pretty good. So when we come back next time, we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Probably get our weapon to +7, and I will see you guys then. Later.